Blood Myth, a historical account of the 1967 Dou County Cultural Revolution Massacre by Tan He Cheng. Chapter 18 and Chapter 19. Chapter 18. The old model faces new problems. In Dou County, the Chapter commune had long been considered a revolutionary model, personally praised by provincial leader Hua Guofeng for its agricultural success. However, in the summer of 1967, it gained notoriety for another reason: its involvement in the violent purge of so-called class enemies. The commune's campaign began with a mass meeting on August 24th, where local leader He Yongde relayed the district's orders to eliminate suspected counter-revolutionaries. That same afternoon, He personally oversaw the crackdown in the local village, while other commune leaders fanned out across the area, ensuring that every village fell in line. However, Chapter wasn't late to the killing. In fact, executions had already begun in the days prior. On August 21st, Shewan village had executed an elderly landlord named Wu Zhicheng. The following days saw more killings. A landlord named Huang Yongdu in Xiantian village and another named Zhou Jiapan in Chapter village. The violence quickly escalated. By August 23rd, Shewan village had already killed two young men, Wu Guangzheng and Li Qingshou, along with a father and son, Li Changrui and Li Zuwen. The latter two were not landowners but poor peasants. Li Changrui had once exposed corruption among local officials during a previous political campaign, and the village leaders saw this as an opportunity to set old scores. They decided that his son, a student who had been active in the Red Guards, also needed to die. Such cases of revenge killings were not uncommon. In one especially brutal instance, an entire family of 9 was slaughtered in another commune, including an infant and a pregnant woman. As the killings spread, village leaders found themselves facing a logistic dilemma. They had executed many, but they feared that if they now spared certain individuals, it would undermine their authority. In some cases, they sought approval from high-ups before carrying out additional killings. Officials in the commune sometimes hesitated, but more often than not, they gave a reluctant nod. By early September, Chapter's infamous reputation had solidified. The once praised model commune had become a key participant in Dou County's bloodshed, proving that revolutionary fervor could just as easily lead to destruction as it could to progress. Chapter 19. The Mass Execution in Shangguan Commune. Shangguan Commune, once known for its large fields and famous caves, became notorious during the Dou County massacres for hosting some of the most dramatic public executions. The first mass execution took place on August 22nd at the foot of the county's historical pagoda. Hundreds of villagers gathered in the open fields, unsure of what to expect. On stage, commune official Zhou Yuanji began with a fiery speech, warning that counter-revolutionaries were on the rise. Then he posed a chilling question: should we eliminate them? Silence. Then Zhou answered his own question. We will begin today, starting with the former village chief He Guangqin. Before the stunned crowd, He Guangqin was dragged forward. When the death sentence was announced, he collapsed in terror, soiling himself. The executioners, disgusted, dragged him to the nearby rice field, where a machete-wielding militiaman hacked at his neck. It took several blows before his body finally went limp. The following day, Zhou traveled to Longjiang Bridge. The following day, Zhou traveled to Longjiang Bridge, where an even larger public execution was planned. This time, the method would be different. No crude machetes, only mundane methods. On August 24th, thousands of villagers assembled at a makeshift execution ground near a power station. Armed militiamen stood watch as a row of prisoners knelt before the crowd. The organizers had learned from the previous day's mistakes. Guns were quicker, cleaner. One by one, the prisoners were shot in the back of the head. The spectacle left an impression. Encouraged by the brutal efficiency, commune officials sent out teams to oversee executions across their jurisdiction. At a follow-up meeting, local leader Xiong Liji slapped a dagger onto the table, warning his subordinates. This is the dividing line between revolution and counter-revolution. Anyone who hesitates, consider yourself on the wrong side. By August 30th, Shangguan Commune had executed 112 people, including not just landlords and rich peasants, but also their children. One of the victims was a former soldier who had once fought in the Korean War. He was killed simply for arguing with a local official. When the killing finally stopped, 173 people lay dead. For years, Stoke County's fields had been famous for their bountiful harvest. Now the land had absorbed something else, blood.